This is Smörgåsbord!
Welcome to Smörgåsbord, a show where we explore the rituals, myths, and all things strange about the world of food. I am here.
I'm here.
I'm Mick, and here is my co-host.
Angel.
And we're not drunk today.
I am. I don't know what you're talking about.
Apparently
Speak for yourself,
I am too,
dude.
So. And today we are covering Wolfsbane.
Nice.
The aconite plant.
Oh, it's a plant. I thought it was like a part of a wolf.
No. Wolfsbane, for many of you probably heard this if you're like a fan of mythology or witches or fantasy.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a real thing. It sounds like an anime.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Wolfsbane before?
Probably like in fiction, not in real life. Like I don't know that it exists.
Yeah, it's a real thing. But before we go into that, what's in your palate, I guess we might as well announce that the Girl Guide cookies have finally arrived.
Yay!
All 2 cases of it again.
Oh, yeah. This is gonna last me for a long time, I hope.
That's what we said about the last case. And
true.
That was
we have no self-control. This is
2
bad.
months ago.
Do we have self-control? No.
No.
But I have something else in my palate.
Oh yeah?
So my friend made a bunch of chocolate mousse. Like a giant tub of chocolate mousse. And she's all like, it's too much for me and my husband. Do you want some? I'm like, sure. I went to her house to go pick it up. She like, there's so much chocolate mousse in my fridge right now. It's insane. It's a tub.
Oh my goodness.
At first I'm like, do you want me to bring like a Tupperware or something? She's like, no, I got you. It's a bowl that's like this big.
Oh my goodness. That sounds like, oh my goodness. With
so much chocolate mousse right now.
With the Girl Guide cookies?
Yeah, she told me, she's all like, you shouldn't eat it alone. You should like dip it in some, like put it on bread. I'm like, I don't eat bread. And she's like, put it on a cookie?
You could put it with the Girl Guide cookies and then maybe like whip cream and
too
raspberry
too
syrup?
chocolatey. That'll just be too much.
How about raspberry?
It's quite sweet. Oh yeah, like with raspberry it would be pretty good. With any kind of like berry or fruit.
And then Thin Mints.
Thin Mints, it would probably kill me.
Put it all together, you know. You put the Thin Mints in the chocolate mousse, and because it's too chocolatey, you put the raspberry and whipped cream.
Put some ambergris on top.
Yeah.
To make it a little bit
drizzle.
more pungent.
Yeah.
A little bit sharp.
Yeah,
like
it could be like
cheddar.
like a mousse salad. Like a fruit salad, but mousse instead.
Salad. Yeah, that's anyway. So I guess I've never eaten that much chocolate mousse in one sitting before. It's been quite a journey. It's been 2 days since I picked it up from her. I still have like a good amount left.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say there's no more left.
No. I actually couldn't, like, it was so rich that I couldn't eat all of it at once. Yeah, and I am like the queen of eating everything at once.
Yeah, that's free mousse too. I'm surprised. Yeah, you didn't finish it in one sitting.
In one sitting, yeah. I think the most I ate at one time was like a third of that tub, which is quite a bit already. And that's when I realized I need to get smaller spoons because my spoons are too big.
This wooden spoon is too big.
Yeah, if I get smaller spoons, I think I'll be more like cognizant of how much I'm putting away.
Today we are talking about Wolfsbane, so we'll talk about the mythology of the Wolfsbane and its origins in history and folklore. And then we'll go into what exactly it is. So the name Wolfsbane comes from history. Apparently back in the 18th century, farmers would actually use this plant as poison by lacing some of their spare meat with it and leaving it out for the wolves to eat. That way, when they had wolves coming in to eat their cattle or whatever, they would eat this instead and get poisoned. Die.
And die. Okay. I'm like, how bad of a poison? Like, is it just diarrhea poison or is it death?
As the name suggests, it's pretty much death, I think.
Okay.
They're not coming back to that farm, I think, for a while.
Got it.
But its popularity comes more from its use in mythology and fantasy over anything else. So even further back than the 18th century in Greek mythology, Medea used wolfsbane to try and poison Theseus, the mythical king and hero of Athens, and the son of Aegeus, who is Medea's husband. I didn't actually know who Medea was. Apparently, she's the daughter of King Aeetes. It's like two. It's Aeetes.
I'm pretty sure that's not how it's said. Cool.
Well, it's spelled.
We'll go with that.
It's spelled Aeetes.
Aeetes.
With the second E having the 2 dot things, like in Smörgåsbord.
Aeetes.
See?
I don't know, dude.
The umlauts.
I have no idea.
It has umlauts too, so Aeetes.
Aeetes. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Thank goodness we're not doing an episode on him.
No, unless he's getting eaten.
No. He's the father of Medea, and Medea is also the granddaughter of Helios, who is the sun god.
The sun god, yeah.
Aside from that, according to Homer's Iliad, the origins of wolfsbane actually comes from Cerberus, the ancient hound of Hades. Yeah, the doggy.
The 3-headed dog.
Yeah. It's said that...
I'm just imagining, like, Doge. Like a 3-headed
Three
shiba.
Doges?
Yeah. 3, like... Guarding the gates of hell.
They should have played Cerberus as a shiba for the Hercules movie.
Doge?
Arf!
Much hell. Very scared.
I'll choose to hang out in hell. I'm good.
With Doge.
But it is said that the origins of wolfsbane, the plant at least, comes from Cerberus's saliva. So when it lands on the ground, it poisons the ground, I guess, and sprouts this plant.
Sprouts. Okay. Poison Doge.
Yeah, poison Doge. Wolfsbane is also known as Hecates, which is named after the Greek god Hecate.
It's a lady god.
It is a lady god. She is the Greek goddess of witchcraft, necromancy, and poisons.
I think I like her.
Oh, I think so too. Yeah, this is right up your alley. She's also the goddess of the night and moon.
Oh, I love her. I will worship at her temple,
cool.
even though I don't know how to pronounce her name.
Hecate? It's Hekate. Hecate.
We need Callista to come and like correct our Greek
Yeah,
pronunciation.
true. We should. Her actually, I think in her image, she's usually portrayed to be holding 2 torches. I don't know why.
Okay, cool.
Witchcraft, necromancy, and poisons, and all of a sudden she's holding torches.
I mean, those torches could be poisonous.
Yeah. I'm guessing that her being the goddess of night and moon may also be a cause of why this plant is associated with the next known mythology of the plant. In more modern day mythology and fantasy, wolfsbane is also commonly found in the world of lycanthropy.
Werewolves?
Yes, werewolves.
Yeah.
It's believed that wolfsbane is what you could use as an ingredient to help cure lycanthropy.
Nice.
It's also used to protect homes from werewolves and prevent werewolves from even shapeshifting. Apparently Hecate is also known to shapeshift. I don't know if she shapeshifts into a werewolf, because then that would make sense why there's this association of wolfsbane to werewolves, aside from the fact that it's called wolfsbane.
Yeah.
So they usually do this. They usually use wolfsbane to hang it around. You usually bundle a bunch of wolfsbane and hang it around your home to protect yourself from werewolves. The wolfsbane is also used as a weapon. It's also apparently the poison that is put in elf bolts.
Elf bolts.
Which are flints that have wolfsbane dipped in it. It's believed that elves use these as arrows, I guess.
You mean like Legolas elves?
Like Celtic mythology elves, which are more like fairies.
Oh, okay.
I think
Got
this one comes from Scotland more than anything.
Okay. Got it.
But I think it might be late Celtic mythology if they're associating elves to fairies instead of King Arthur.
Okay.
Like,
So not Orlando Bloom.
no. More like the Smurfs.
Tiny. Okay. That live in mushroom houses.
Yeah, exactly. Some other experiences of aconite in history and mythology include Shakespeare, where you could find aconite being used in Shakespeare's Hamlet. It happens when Hamlet stabs Laertes with a blade laced with aconite, which is Bane.
Ooh.
The poison cocktail that Cleopatra also used to kill herself apparently includes Wolfsbane, aside from all the other poisons that were in it.
I thought she killed herself with a cobra.
Maybe
depends on which story you're reading. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe it also. I mean, it probably also included the poison of a cobra.
Yeah. No, I thought. Okay, so I thought how Cleopatra died was she was in a bath and there was a cobra in it that like bit her in the titty. And she died.
Yeah, that sounds more folkloric than her just drinking a cup of poison.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know where I learned that from, but
could be. As far as I know, she drank herself to death.
Yeah.
In India, aconite is mostly associated with the god Shiva, who is believed to have saved people from a dangerous poison called hala hala. It's funny because hala.
That's so close to halo halo, which is a dessert.
Yeah. And in Filipino or Tagalog, hala is like it's what you say when someone's in trouble. Halaka.
Oh, like help, almost.
Not like help, more like oh, you're in trouble.
Okay, got you.
The story that involves hala hala is a pretty epic story, which involves a sacred cow, holy immortal milk, and a bunch of gods in the sea.
And a bunch of gods in the sea.
Yeah. It's actually, if anyone has time to read up into it, it's a pretty cool story. Anyway, this is also the same tale to explain why Shiva is also known to be blue.
Oh.
So it's believed that Shiva is blue because he turns blue from drinking the poison.
Nice.
Stories vary. Some say it's because he withheld the poison in his throat, which made him choke, which made him turn blue.
Okay.
Some say that the poison itself, after ingesting it, made him turn blue.
Turned him blue?
Yeah.
Cool. Guess we'll never know.
Yeah. There's also many other instances of aconite. It has many different names, but in terms of Wolfsbane, as we said, it's mostly related to lycanthropy and German or Greek mythology. But I think, as many of us probably are asking, is Wolfsbane a real thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
It actually is. The werewolves don't seem to be.
But 9 out of 10 werewolves don't like it.
Yeah. That one werewolf just never heard of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, werewolves aren't real, but Wolfsbane itself is real. What it really is, it's not a bone or a wolf. It's a plant, as we mentioned. Wolfsbane itself is known to belong to 2 different kinds of plant. One is a species of plants and one is a genus of plants, where one species of that genus is also known as Wolfsbane.
Mm.
The species known as Wolfbane is Arnica montana. Montana from the name mountain.
Hannah Montana?
Hannah of the mountains.
Hannah of the mountains.
This is her toxic sister Arnica.
Okay. The not pop star. Okay.
The not pop star. She's the witch. It's also Arnica montana is also known, aside from Wolfsbane, as leopard's bane, mountain tobacco, or mountain arnica. I think it's more known as leopard's bane, probably, as it's used probably more to, as a deterrent against leopards rather than wolves, but it also is kind of used for wolves. It's related to the sunflower as far as its family. They kind of look like grass, and when they bloom, the flower looks like a smaller sunflower, because sunflowers are huge, right?
Yeah.
So this one's kind of a little bit smaller. It's used
Sounds cute.
It is pretty cute, but it's poisonous. But this one is used in herbal medicine as an analgesic or a painkiller, or also as an anti-inflammatory, similar to how willow bark is used. It does seem to have more evidence as a poison than it as medicine. It seems that sure you could use it as a painkiller. It acts similar to 5% ibuprofen, but you may experience some worse side effects, like stomach problems.
Ah.
The USDA itself considers the plant as toxic to ingest or to open skin, and can cause anything from stomach issues like diarrhea to death.
To death.
But in terms of the wolf's bane that we've been talking about in history and in mythology, this likely isn't the wolf's bane that they're talking or referring to. They're most likely referring to the other kind of wolf's bane, which is a genus of plants known scientifically as Aconitum, which is where the word aconite comes from.
Ah.
This specific one, aconite, is known as the most poisonous herb in Europe, so that's why it's probably more associated to this in terms of history and mythology than the other one. Because where the other one may cause you diarrhea, this one will more likely
kill you.
Kill you. The other one, like some people die, but I think this one probably more killing, more potent. Aconite itself is also known as monk's hood, leopard's bane as well, mouse's bane, woman's bane, the devil's helmet, the queen of poisons, or blue rocket.
Blue rocket.
I'm guessing the reason it has so many different names is because as it is one of the most poisonous herbs in Europe, it's probably one of the more popular poisons in European history.
Mm-hmm.
So all these names probably came from different countries making these names.
Right.
So maybe Greek or the Greek mythology brought out wolfsbane or whatever, but in Europe, in Rome, for example, it had more of the name. Oh boy. Theliphonon. The Liphonon?
Don't ask me. I have no idea.
It's either Theliphonon or the Liphonon. It's probably Theliphonon.
Yeah, I think the first one sounds more legit.
Because it's spelled as the Lyphonon.
Theliphonon.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. It also translates to women's bane. So that's where women's bane comes from. The origins of this word comes from Pliny the Elder, who wrote about the plant's poisonous potency in the story of Calpurnius Bestia. What do you think Calpurnius did for it to earn the name Women's Bane?
Did he murder all of his wives?
He did.
I knew it. Psychopath.
Even more psychotic is he murdered his wives by smearing the aconite on his finger and then inserting it into his wife's genitalias one by one.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah. So aside from lady killer, it's probably also called baby killer.
Yeah. Oh, gross. How did his skin not eat it? You know?
I think aconite acts similar to the previous one, Arnica montana, where you have to either ingest it or have it into open skin.
Okay.
Actually, I think aconite, you have to ingest it for it to take effect.
Right.
Or have it inside your body. The genus itself of aconite has over 250 different species. They're mostly located in the northern hemisphere and mostly very poisonous. Of all these species, Aconitum napellus, or monkshood, tends to be the one mostly associated with wolfsbane. So this plant it grows through a tall stem, similar to the Arnica montana, but unlike the Arnica montana, where it's just one stem with the flower on the top with very few leaves, this one generally has dark green palmated or palm-like leaves running up the stem, and then the flower grows at the top, similar to the Arnica montana. But it doesn't look like a sunflower. It actually looks more like they call it. What's it called? Raceme? No, it's
Race.
Raceme. It's spelled as raceme. But that's a shape, apparently. The shape means it's a group of flowers that grow vertically off one main axis, similar to mustard or radish flowers.
Oh, okay. I'm like, that's not a word.
Raceme?
That's not a shape. A rhombus is a shape.
It's the name of the shapes, the style of flowering it does, where it's like, I guess, it grows vertically and then little flowers and little stems come out of it.
Right. So I guess like lavender also
sort of. It kind of
yeah.
reminds me of lavender. It reminds me of lavenders because the flowers that grow on top of it vary in color, and one of it being purple.
Oh, pretty.
Aconitum napellus actually is the one with purple flowers.
Oh, pretty.
But it also
Pretty
grows
death.
pretty death. The other flower colors include blue, white, yellow, and pink.
Which one do you want to die by today?
Yeah. Which one? King Charles?
I would like to die from the pink ones.
I'll take purple. Purple looks nice.
Purple's nice too, yeah.
The poison itself from the aconite plant comes from the aconitine poison, or alkaloids, which are usually found in the roots. So usually when you make wolfsbane, it's not the flowers that you feed people, it's usually the extract from the root. Like how you get ginger extract from ginger root, not the ginger plant.
Right. Delicious poison.
As the name suggests, aconitine, the poison, can only be found from this genus of plants. It's a very potent neuro and cardiotoxin, which means it affects both your brain and your heart.
Neurotoxins are ouchy.
Yeah.
From what I've heard.
Yeah. So aside from the diarrhea that you're likely going to get from this, you'll probably also get heart arrhythmias,
Like paralysis,
brain convulsions, and, well, death.
And pain before your death.
Yep. You do need to ingest it to get the severe toxicity. You don't usually get it through skin contact. That's probably how Calpurnius
could finger his wife and then not die himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was like, doesn't your skin like eat everything? That's what I thought.
Yeah. Well, I guess so, but maybe it's how your body processes it is different.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe your skin rejects it right away, or just keeps it. It doesn't actually absorb it.
Maybe the molecules are too big for your skin to like absorb it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know. Science.
Yeah, it's like when you rub dirt in your arms, you're
not
body's not gonna absorb the dirt necessarily. Yeah.
True.
A couple of wolfbane facts. The Arnica montana apparently has a demand of 50 tons a year in Europe, but the supply
to do what? To murder your wife with?
Apparently. that much wife hate, I guess.
Oh my.
But apparently you can't really meet that demand in terms of supply, as the plant is protected in many European countries due to its rarity. I was looking up how to grow both the Arnica montana or aconite for non-poison related reasons.
Sure. Totally trust you there.
And it does seem like it's not the easiest to grow. So it's not one of those plants that you could easily grow in quantity, and there's not really a demand for it. I guess there's not a lot of people who want to kill wolves or wives.
Or wives.
Aconitum derives from Greek, possibly from the word akon, which is dart or javelin, as the Greeks would dip their tips of their darts or javelins on this plant to poison it. Acon also comes from the word aconitus, where ac means pointed and konos means cone. Hence why
pointy cone.
Pointy cone. Like a dart or a javelin. As I mentioned,
that's quite redundant because cones are always pointy. Otherwise, they're not a cone.
Look at you outsmarting the Greeks.
Yeah.
Pythagoras.
Inventors of math or whatever.
Should be ashamed, Pythagoras.
Whatever you people did.
Stand in your togas.
Toga party.
In terms of what you could do with wolfsbane, it really isn't used for food, for maybe obvious reasons. But it seems to only really be used in the two ways we mentioned, which is medicine and poison. Today, it's used in medicine, in herbology or Chinese medicine still, or anyone who may be practicing witchcraft. Yeah, so maybe you should grow your own wolfsbane. It's generally used as an anti-inflammatory, if not to deter werewolves that may or may not exist. In fact, I remember there was a story not long ago, I think a couple of years ago in San Francisco, of a woman dying from aconite because she was drinking Chinese herbal tea.
And they put it in the tea?
Yeah, some Chinese herbal teas have aconite in it. They say that they process it enough that the poison is not there, but you still keep the medicinal properties. So But it seems like this was a bad batch, and
She
that
did.
lady died. Yeah. But it's most popularly used as a poison, not medicine. Of the many species of aconite is used by many wild hunters to poison their arrows. Even Alaskans actually use it to hunt whales. So maybe you could make friends in Alaskan to go hunt you some sperm whales to get some ambergris.
Listen, you can't.
Oh, right. Sorry.
You can't harvest them fresh. It just smells like poop.
Right.
It needs to cure.
Never mind. Some Alaskans probably don't use this to hunt ambergris. As we do in every show, we ask 2 questions of is it healthy or is it good?
It's gonna say neither.
Poison? So it's neither healthy nor good. There's really no scientific evidence to show that it really even works that well as an anti-inflammatory. At best, maybe it could work as it might work, but
Now that we know there's many other anti-inflammatories, why would you want to pick this one?
yeah. If you find this and you're in pain and you
Don't
really
eat it.
need it,
Unless it's so
like,
bad
do
that
it.
you just want to put yourself out of your misery.
Yeah, and that means either you gamble. It's like you either get out of the misery by getting healed or you die. So I guess in terms of is it effective? Yes.
Yes. Well, I learned something because, like, I thought Wolfsbane literally only worked on wolves. Like, its
Yeah.
only poison is for wolves. Like, chocolate is for dogs.
Nope. Wolfsbane is poisonous in general.
Or all of us mammals and non-mammals alike.
Yeah, they seem to use it a lot, even for hare hunting, bear hunting, deer hunting. It's a good way to take down
Take
a
them
foe.
down.
Yeah, even the elves used it. So
You can't trust a Smurf. Who can you trust?
so that's our episode on Wolfsbane. I feel there's so much more to Wolfsbane, but I was already kind of cool about the fact that it exists in real life.
Yeah. And what I thought was an anime, it's actually Wolf's Rain, not Wolf's Bane.
What's Wolf's Rain?
It's an anime series
Oh,
about wolves. Actually, I've never seen it. It was like on my anime list to watch, and I never got to it.
and to find a good source of anime, where do you watch your anime?
I've been watching them on Netflix. Actually, it was quite a bit
Oh.
on Netflix. I started rewatching Evangelion.
Oh, really? That's on Netflix? Cool. I've
Yes.
never watched Evangelion, but I know a lot about it.
Oh, it's so good. It's like watching it as an adult now. I'm like, whoa, this is deep.
Yeah, I
'Cause
heard.
I watched it when I was a teenager, and I was like, this is dumb, but they're kind of hot.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was like. They're cute.
They're
I like
cute.
anime.
Yeah, but now it's like, oh, okay, this goes deep. So definitely worth a watch.
Cool.
IMO.
I'll definitely check it out. What are we doing next week?
Don't know.
Oh, maybe we should look into that Japanese festival.
Oh, the Sakura.
The Cherry Blossom.
Yeah. Speaking of anime.
Yeah, true. All right, we're going to go watch anime now.
Yay! My favorite.
Okay, bye.
Peace. This is Smörgåsbord. This show was created by Angel Lynn and Mick Narciso, hosted by Angel Lynn and Mick Narciso, edited by Mick Narciso and Bianca Goico, logo and graphics by Angel Lynn, music by Mick Narciso, and videography by Bianca Goico. The show is produced by Geek Happy Network, constantly curious about the things we love. If you enjoyed listening to Smörgåsbord, remember to subscribe to the show on Spotify, YouTube, or on your favorite podcast app. Remember to leave a review. We would love to hear your thoughts.